Layla Kumar and Nayraj Shah. My name is Chris Chichester. I live at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield. You know where I live. Because you have unleashed this corrupt hack, Sheriff Todd Baxter, upon me with your nauseating fanaticism. Now I'm going to explain to you, too, the first time I met Nayraj Shah. I walked through this parking lot next to my house. 4,000 plus times I've walked through this parking lot. My neighbors walked through this parking lot. 200 people walked through the parking lot after the fireworks at Harris Whalen Park on June 30th. It's ordinary to walk through parking lot. This is not Oak Hill Country Club. It's a parking lot. I asked my neighbor, do you walk through this parking lot every day? He says, yes. You're not losing your mind about my neighbor walking through the parking lot. Or anybody else. So, I leave my residence. I walk down Penfield Road. I go to the Wegmans Food Market's headquarters with Sheriff Baxter. It's his headquarters because he always has two of his badge-wearing, gun-carrying Barney Fife jokes alongside the building doing nothing. I return from the Wegmans Food Market's headquarters with Sheriff Baxter for the 4,000th time. As I'm walking through the parking lot, I hear screaming behind me, and I turn around, and there you are in your vehicle, Nayraj, completely losing your mind. Screaming. And I walk up to you and I say, what's the problem? And you refuse to even get out of your vehicle because you're mentally ill, Nayraj. That's why. You're not all there. Your elevator doesn't go all the way up. So, that's when you, Nayraj, go to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office to report this war crime of me walking through the parking lot for the 4,000th time. Do you, Nayraj, know that it's a crime in the state of New York to go to the police when no crime has been committed? It's called falsely reporting an incident, and you, Nayraj, are guilty of falsely reporting an incident. So, after you, Nayraj, go to the Monroe County Sheriff for the war crime of walking through the parking lot, I'm going to show you the Holy Roman Todd K. Baxter parking lot. There it is right now. There's your parking lot. Did you go outside today, Nayraj, and Layla Kumar and worship your parking lot? There it is right there. There's the concrete that you two whack jobs completely lose your mind about. This is the concrete you're in love with, Nayraj and Layla Kumar. This is the concrete you supervise in Penfield, New York. This is what you spend your day doing, Nayraj and Layla Kumar. Supervising people walking through a parking lot. Lunatic, fringe, Nayraj and Layla Kumar, and what you have going for you is that Sheriff Todd Baxter and his fanatics are also the lunatic fringe, baby. So, and this is the parking lot. I was right up here, and about right there at the top of it, and that's where you were totally losing your mind, doing the full Mel Gibson. I mean, did you have your straight jacket on? When you were in your car now, I don't recall what you were wearing, but email me. You got my email because I keep demanding the title to the property behind my house. I'm going to get to that. So what were you wearing your straight jacket, Nayraj? Because it happened so quickly, I wasn't quite sure. I mean, and if you were, I hope the straps are on the way you like it on your straight jacket. Okay, buddy? All right. So anyway, this is when you, Nayraj, go to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office with your falsely reporting in and see, because you're not going to the sheriff about anybody else but me. And that's where we have the accusatory instrument. Nobody's ever accused me of a crime in my 54 years on planet Earth, except you disgusting, nauseating, vile people. So we have the accusatory instrument. That the defendant, that's me, on the above date and location at approximately 1440 hours, did knowingly enter or remain unlawfully enter upon the premises of 2041 Penfield Road, Penfield, New York, by walking through the parking lot after being told through certified mail by the police he's not allowed on the property. Oh, the property. The parking lot is the property that I've walked 4,000 times. Have I committed a crime 4,000 times, Sheriff Stooge Baxter? Have I committed a crime 4,000 times, Layla Kumar Shah? Have I committed a crime 4,000 times, Nayraj Shah in Crazy Town? So, after you go berserk in your car, Sheriff Baxter goes to Consumer Insights at 2025 Penfield Road, which is next to you, and he puts a, wait for it, surveillance device on the building. It's right there. because they want to capture my image walking on the sanctity of the parking lot. This is what you're doing here in Penfield, Layla Kumar and Nairaj. So, just today alone, 8 people walked through that parking lot. 8. None of them are arrested. None will be arrested. And if you saw any of these 8 people, you're not going to go berserk about any of these 8 people. You're not going to call the sheriff about any of them. But if I walk through the Holy Roman Todd K. Baxter parking lot, Layla Kumar and Nairaj, you're on the phone in 30 fucking seconds to this sick sheriff. So, I walk my dog for 7 years. Twice a day. On that land that you don't own and can't prove you own. And I exit my house and I walk along this strip of land which you also don't own and can't prove you own. I leave my house, I walk right down here, and I go this way, the land's over here. I'm going to show you that land. Layla Kumar and Nairaj. So I walk my dog along here. There's no grass cutting going on at all on that land. Because that land, Layla Kumar and Nairaj, has no ownership. And anybody that wants to cut this grass is living in La La Land, like you. So, I walk my dog on this land here. And this is not a title, Nairaj and Layla Kumar Crazy Town, because the Office of Real Property Tax Services does not confirm that this is a title. And you don't own anything. You own dick. Nairaj and Layla Kumar. This is not a title in Crazy Town, you pretend landowners. So, if you own that land, and I'm on it with my wonderful little guy I adopted from Lollipop Farm, Humane Society, why don't you just come over to my house and hand me the title and say that's our land? And I can tell an official document, title, instrument that verifies land ownership, and I'll stay off the land. Why don't you just do that? That's the way a normal human being does it. But you're not normal. You're sick, deranged, perverted. Just 2 of the most disgusting, bankrupt, vile human beings I have ever met in my life. You are, Nairaj and Layla Kumar. You cannot tell the difference between right and wrong, truth and lies, justice and injustice. So, I walk my wonderful little guy 4,000 times. On this land, you don't own and can't prove you own with your fake document here. This is not a title. So the back window flies open. And there's an overweight woman screaming at me, and I will assume that is your employee. She's screaming, losing her mind, just like you, Nairaj. She's screaming in your little building, just like you were in your car. So screaming is the way you, in your vile, revolting universe, exist. You scream in your car, your employees scream. Screaming is the way you exist. So, not a title. I don't know what's going on with your overweight employee, relative, whatever the hell she is, screaming at me. So I take my wonderful little guy in, and I walk over there. I open up the door, and there she is, looking at me in total fear once she sees me. And I loved it. And I say to her, what's the problem? Why are you screaming? And she refuses to talk to me, so I leave. I'm not told I leave. I just leave because she refuses to talk to me. You do too, Nairaj and Layla Kumar. What country do you live in, Nairaj and Layla Kumar? Where's the United States of America on a map, Nairaj and Layla Kumar? So, I leave. And you, Nairaj and Layla Kumar, or your deuce-and-a-half employee already called the sheriff's office or on my way to my house with animal control, and I don't know that. So, this is what you're doing to me here in your sick existence. I sit down on my couch, right here, and there's a pounding on my door. They're pounding on my door. They don't knock in a civil way, they pound. I'm surprised they didn't kick down the door to get at me and my dog. I walk to the door, and there they are standing out front. 2 Monroe County Sheriff vehicles out front. 3 employees in there. The animal control guy, he's got a pole in his hand with a noose on it. A noose, my wonderful little guy. He's a Shih Tzu. Gonna wrap that noose around his neck. And I say to him, you have to kill me to take my dog from me, and that's the way dog owners are. There's not a dog owner on planet Earth that surrenders a dog to the police when they're not doing anything wrong or illegal or immoral. This is what you're doing to me. And what you have going for you and your fanaticism is that Todd Baxter is a fanatic, and he has 170 fanatics, and they have to act out. And the way they're doing it is at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in the abridgment of my civil and constitutional rights. So, you don't own that land. I'll show it to you again. And you've been told this repeatedly. If I lived here with beautiful, perfect laws, no grass cutting going along my land. The police aren't coming to my house to take my dog when Dr. Gloria Nichols was my dentist at 2041 Penfield Road. Because Dr. Gloria Nichols is one of the most wonderful, nicest, decent people anybody would ever want to meet. She's the polar opposite of your bankrupt, inhumane, despicable presence on planet Earth, Layla Kumar and Nairaj. If you own that land, come over to my house. And if my civil and constitutional rights are going to be abridged by Sheriff Baxter by walking through the parking lot, then he better do it to everybody. 20 people a day walking through it. And when they descended on me, I was not in the parking lot because I was on video and I wasn't standing in the parking lot. So when they descended on me in this disgusting arrest that my neighbors witnessed, I wasn't in the parking lot. I was next to it because they're setting me up, and I'm going to get to that. So, you don't own this land, Nairaj and Layla Kumar. Send me the title if you own that land, because as of right now, you own nothing. This is not a title in crazy town, Layla Kumar and Nairaj. Do you understand me? And you know what? I've demanded it. I've demanded it from you. Certified mail. Nairaj Shah refused. Why didn't you open up your mail, Nairaj? Why did you refuse to open this envelope? I'm demanding the title to the property. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say this again. Certified mail again. More than once. I hope you refuse it every time. Refused. Certified mail. Nairaj. So. Regular mail. Refused. Nairaj. Where's the title to the properties in there? I changed the name. Layla Kumar. Refused. Where's the title to the property you don't own, you can't prove you own? Nairaj again. Return to sender. Where's the title to the property you don't own and can't prove you own? Again, change the name. Layla Kumar. Return to sender. Where's the title? You don't own that land. You don't own this land either. You don't own anything. So, they descended on me. You know what they did? They told you that they were going to arrest me in this vile display. And they told Elliot Roth, too. Because as I'm walking through the parking lot for the 4,000th time, there he is standing at me. He's outside, this guy. And no one's ever going to confuse you, Elliot, with George Clooney. And there you are standing in the Holy Roman Todd K. Baxter parking lot, waiting to go into your Jonestown with Nancy and Rebecca and the rest of the Kool-Aid drinkers. And you say to me, Elliot, you're going to be arrested. I have no idea what you're talking about. That is because you, Elliot, know about the what? Wait for it, the surveillance device right there, Elliot. That's right there on your building. You see that? Surveillance device, camera. Surveillance device, camera. You got that, Todd, the fascist stooge? You bought it, you paid for it, and you lie about that. And with me on it has an assigned number called an ICN number. That's what I was told. And given the mountain of lies at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, I wouldn't be surprised at all if an ICN number is a lie. But I was on it. Because it was on the phone of your deputy whack job. So, excuse me, Layla Kumar and Nairaj, can you ask Sheriff Baxter why he's photographing his 13 fascist stooges underwater in a pool, and what's he doing here, and if he expended taxpayer dollars to do this? Because I sent you, Michael Radley, the double dipper, a foil because I want to know if you paid taxpayer dollars to take this picture of your 13 whack jobs underwater in a pool. And also, Michael Rather, and then you too, Kathleen Miller, sweetheart. You too, SL Brody, you W today, I run this 5K at MCC, and I did really well. Beat everybody in my age group, and I got my first place certificate. And here's the end of the gym at MCC, and here's for your deputy whack jobs. What the hell are your deputy whack jobs doing at the gym? Wow, look at all the criminals in the gym now. I mean, that's Ted Bundy and David Berkowitz and Jeffrey Dahmer, and they're at the gym at MCC. No wonder why your deputy whack jobs are there. What a joke to stand around doing nothing. That's what your organization sells that cock of fascist stooge, Michael Radlin, Kathleen Miller, you and your rest of your extremists and fanatics doing nothing, standing around doing nothing. Wegmans, MCC, elsewhere, standing around doing nothing. I went to your Wegmans Food Market's headquarters a few weeks ago, and there's one of your deputy whack jobs in uniform returning his cans at Wegmans. So, anyway. Oh, yeah, Michael Rather, you were the double dipper here. I got your 2 paychecks, as I keep showing you here, Mike. Here's your 2 paychecks here, all right? Because you were a deputy whack job for 20 years, and then you retired. You were out, you were done, you're sitting on your Archie Bunker chair watching television, and then you thought, I'm really bored here. I need to have, my hand in the taxpayer till. Again, I need some more taxpayer dollars for my pathetic existence. So you're coming out of retirement. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office desperately requires you, Michael Radler, to write speeding tickets. But that's not what you're doing, because you're an assistant to the sheriff, which means you got a little desk outside Sheriff Baxter's office sitting next to Jimmy the intern. So anyway, I got your 2 paychecks here. Here, Michael Radler. As I showed you previously, I got Michael Radler. Your Michael Radler double dipper. Bank of Todd K. Baxter. See, here's the amount here, signed by Todd Baxter. Sometimes they write a little memo. Here, your memo says corruption and fraud. All right, and here's your second check, Michael. Bank of Todd K. Baxter. Made out to Michael Radler, double dipper. Double dipper is signed by Sheriff Baxter. And then again, the memo, corruption and fraud. So, Michael, I'm going to be reporting your 2 paychecks to the appropriate regulatory authorities, because what the hell are you doing with 2 paychecks? Huh? Now, the legality of such, I don't know yet, but it's certainly sleazy and unethical. And you, Michael, are sleazy and unethical, and so is Sheriff Baxter, and that's no surprise. 18 times I sent you a Freedom of Information Law document for your public employee payroll, and you, Michael Radler, ignored it 18 times because you're above the law at your nauseating star chamber known as the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. How much you paid, Michael Radler, Kathleen Miller, W Today, OSL Brody? Email me your salaries. Why do you think you exist to abridge my civil and constitutional rights with your fellow fanatics? Because taxpayer dollars pay for your revolting fucking existence. So, now, Leila Kumar Shah. You know, even though I have never met you, at John P. Lomenzo Jr. signed his name to this document. You know what this document is. This document is a humiliation device from John P. Lomenzo because of you, Leila Kumar. Because you're a sick, mentally ill, deranged, hate-consumed, pathetic train wreck. No one's ever needed an order of protection against me. And you don't object to this, Leila Kumar, at all. You don't go and say, I've never met this man. Why is there an order of protection? And that would change. I had to sign this document because they were going to bring charges against me if I didn't, because I said I'm not signing that. And I'm told if you don't sign it, they're going to bring more charges. And I'm not quite sure about the validity of that threat, but it wasn't enough to concern me, so I fucking signed. This is what they're doing. They're shaking me down at Penfield Town Court because of you, Leila Kumar and Nairaj. So, I go to the YMCA. And I go to this one room. And I'm on the rowing machine. Order of protection. No one's ever needed an order of protection against me. Every family member, every friend, every girlfriend, every acquaintance, every coworker, everybody who has ever met me in my life will confirm that I don't have the character that leads to behavior that requires an order of protection. But you have no character, Leila Kumar. Because when you're consumed by hate, character is not something that defines you. And you're consumed by hate, Layla Kumar. And so is your husband or brother, because I don't know what the hell you are. I don't know if you're husband and wife over there, brother and sister. I'd guess it's brother and sister. I guess he's shacked up his brother and sister. So I'm on the rowing machine at the YMCA. In this room with about 10 other people. And there's a YMCA employee in there. And I look in this room to the other side of the room. And I see you, Layla Kumar. And I ignore you as I'm on the rowing machine. And then I notice you're looking right at me. And you, Layla Kumar, come up to me at the YMCA as I'm on the rowing machine. And you stand in front of me. And I'm in a state of disbelief at your pathetic behavior. You're standing and then you're pointing to another machine or apparatus next to me. Bizarrely. They are going crazy in front of me. Are you doing the full Tanya Harding right in front of me there, Layla Kumar? And I say to you, what's my name? You know my name. And this obviously strikes fear into you and you walk away. And then you walk over to the YMCA employee and you tell him I shouldn't be at the YMCA because of this vile, disgusting, inhumane instrument. And the YMCA employee says to you, I don't know what you're talking about. Because nobody knows what you're talking about, Layla Kumar. Nobody understands because you're consumed by hatred and fanaticism. You don't object to this. You don't say, I've never met this man. Why is there an order of protection? Because they want to humiliate me. John Lomenzo wants to humiliate me. So. I wake up every morning. The first thing I do is I go for my morning run. I walk outside and I communicate with Todd Baxter. So I stand on Sanders Farm Drive and I'm telling him exactly what I'm telling you right now, Layla Kumar and Nayraj. I stand in front of his camera. You got that, Elliot, Nancy, Rebecca? Do you understand what I'm telling you and Sheriff Baxter and Nayraj and Layla Kumar? Do you understand how I'm expressing my First Amendment right now? So, Sheriff Baxter never heard my name before because Dr. Gloria Nichols sees everybody walking through that parking lot every day. She sees it. She's not calling the sheriff, but you do. And you only call the sheriff for me. You only call the sheriff for me. And since you're refusing your mail, so is Sheriff Baxter. He's refusing to open his mail for me. He's petrified of me. So, Michael Radler, Kathleen Miller, W. Tadeo, S.L. Birdie, I'm going to send you Freedom of Information Law document relentlessly for your payroll. I want your public employee payroll. You're going to get it relentlessly. Relentlessly from me. And that's not the only foil that I'm going to send you at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Because I've demanded the image of me on that device. Your surveillance device. You bought it, you paid for it, you lie about it. That's a foil. Freedom of Information Law. Point to the key word right there is law. I sent this on July 6th. July 6th. 3 months ago. I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of quote, the cost of the surveillance device purchased with taxpayer dollars by Monroe County Sheriff Todd K. Baxter and fixed to a building at 2025 Penfield Road to monitor if Christopher Chichester at 26 Sanders Farm Drive walks through the parking lot next to the building. I didn't hear. We don't know what you're talking about, Chris. We don't get it. This on July 6th. Surveillance device? You need to call the Central Intelligence Agency, Mike Pompeo. That's not what we do. That's exactly what you do. That's exactly what you do. And then on the same July 6th, I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of quote, the public employee payroll for Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County Jail. No response. How much you paid Michael Radler? How much you paid Kathleen Miller? How much you paid W. Tadeo? How much you paid S.L. Birdie? How much is Andrew Reale paid? How much is Patty Meyer paid? How much are are you paid at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office? I'm going to find out. Because I am relentless. And the fact that you're refusing to disclose your public employee payroll just confirms your fanaticism, your corruption. I'm not walking over to the Wegmans Food Market's headquarters and asking Danny and Colleen Wegman for their public employee payroll because they're private citizens. You know, I've handled a Freedom of Information law document. When I worked in the Capitol for Senate Majority Leader Ralph Marino and Governor George Pataki, when I worked on Capitol Hill for Senator Olympia Snowe and Congressman Lamar Smith, specifically for public employee payroll. And I disclosed. I talked about it because it's going to be a political issue. We have to answer why one guy's making $85,000 and another guy's going to find out he's only making $70,000, and this is going to be in the newspaper and it's going to cause problems. So it has to be discussed. It's not something you automatically give someone because it's going to destroy morale at an organization. And that's what you're in fear of at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Because if your public employee payroll is made public, Andrew Reale is going to look at his salary. And if Andrew Reale makes less than Michael Radler, Andrew Reale thinks he's superior to Michael Radler, Andrew Reale is going to be angry. If Kathleen Miller looks at the public employee payroll at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and thinks double dipper Michael Radler is a buffoon and a joke, and you are a buffoon and a joke, and you're making more than her, she thinks she should make more than you, Michael Radler, she's not going to be happy. This is what you are desperately trying to avoid. And I am here to expose the truth to you about what you each make. I'm going to buy a domain name. I'm going to put your names and your salaries, and I am going to acquire it. It's only a matter of time. And then I'm going to email that domain name to the Democrat Chronicle and every television and radio station in Monroe County. And when that happens, there's going to be rage in Monroe County. The public employee payroll is the document, the instrument that leads to Sheriff Todd Baxter's defeat as Monroe County Sheriff. He will not be reelected when the public employee payroll is made public. How do you like them apples? I bet you love them apples. In fact, this fraud, who was a Republican and now he's a Democrat, won't even make it out of the primary once the payroll is public. Have you figured out what I'm doing to you? Has it occurred to you what I'm doing to you? It should, because I'm relentless. I am relentless. And when you descended upon me to abridge my civil and constitutional rights, you obviously are not aware of the fact that liberty is the soul's right to breathe.